Today we're going to talk about how we're going to get energy into our daily work and daily lives. And I'm introducing Mark Nichols and our superstar Butters, and I'm Gabriele Sutton. Hello everyone.
So today we're going to talk about how we use everyday subtle energy in our products and how we put subtle energy into our products and how that benefits all the animals that we have connections with. And we're going to talk a little bit about some of the different tools that we use. Today we're going to focus on the ZOZECO line of products and we're going to talk about their effectiveness and what we do to ensure their efficacy. And as you can tell, Butters is very stressed out. She's just around all of this energy and she's up on a 4-foot-high table and really doesn't care. So there you go.
A little bit about our background. We have been practicing in animal health for 25 years, primarily horses and dogs, and many, if not all of our customers are very far away from us. So very, very seldom do we actually see them coming into our lab, into our clinic. So most of the work we do is long distance work, through energy work, through dowsing, using radionics, using a large array of different tools where we not only tune in with the animal and the owner, but also come up with a custom program and a custom design, how we can really restore the animal's well-being and the animal's balance. And as you can imagine, doing this full time every day for many years, what Mark and I have come to the conclusion that can be very, very time consuming, that we spend hours and hours a day in working on a particular case or cases, and which left us very limited in regards to how many animals we can help anywhere around the globe. So on that notion, using energy to not only ensuring that animals can benefit by tuning into their vibration, into their emotional and spiritual and physical needs, but really making sure that we're not only addressing geographic needs, geographic needs, but really specific to the individual animal.
And their owner.
And their owner, because often everybody knows if you have a dog, the dog carries the emotion of the owner, and so for cats too, and actually for horses as well, and many zoo animals for that matter, they very much relate to their person who takes care of them. So we really, really want to find a way how we can, should we say faster? How we can be...
Just to deliver a more focused and faster and effective service and treatment to either the client or the client's animal, or both.
So we have no idea why we came up with ZOZECO. One morning I really literally got up and I called Mark and I said, you know what, we need to work more with Divine, more with Ascension, to find a way where we can, instead of what we usually do is we go to our lab and just like probably you, we douse over all of our witnesses, hundreds and hundreds of remedies, hundreds and hundreds of test tubes we have to come up with which treatment protocol and which ingredients have to go into the remedy we're making for that specific animal.
Plus we utilize our Kelly diagnostics as well as our other tools.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So and that takes a long, long time. So we want to find a way how we could take that knowledge we have and ask for Divine's knowledge and put that into something to broadcast it out to the animal directly. And that is how ZOZECO was born. And we started out with a very, very big, I brought it along to show you guys. We started out with designing, this is quite heavy, it's a 6-pound pure copper pyramid here, and we went to a shop who had that made for us, and you see the rings here, and what we tried to envision at the beginning when we started out, we thought, well, if we can just potentize these rings with all of our knowledge, we would then leave it up to Divine to do the rest. And I remember taking it to, I know, it was like, and you thought we were crazy, but I just had to do it. We tried it out. And what I envisioned would happen is that would take days, weeks, maybe months for that to happen. Not only, potentizing literally from, all of our signature remedies we have into this device, but also having Divine then take all the universal knowledge and put it into this cone. And as a matter of fact, when we took it to New York, to our lab, it took a mere seconds for that project to be finished.
It was the fastest download, I think, in history. Really,
just
in
like,
our lab,
wow.
it was the fastest download. And I think the compelling thing is once we started to send them out to be tested in the field, the reaction was overwhelmingly so strong and so definite on the vibration of that product and the vibrational signatures that were contained inside the product and the quickness of how things were being done. It was overwhelming to us. People who were actually holding them were being overwhelmed by the energy that was coming out of them.
That's exactly what happened. We put them in a box and we send them anywhere around the globe. We send them to China, we send them to the United States, we send them to Switzerland, so
Russia.
Germany, Russia, and we, without any explanation, to energy worker, to practitioners, to dowsers, and we say, enjoy.
Tell me what you think.
And the results were, well, this is what a game changer is. That's what we heard, a game changer over and over again. So besides our excitement, we put it to work. And what we knew, or what we heard loud and clearly, that even so Mark and I and our custodians who received the Artia were blown away by what it could do. It was rather overwhelming to most. Overwhelming on levels that some who really hadn't traveled in their energy journey as far felt that they were not only having physical limitations by having nausea and headaches and just being overwhelmed, but emotionally they could not connect to the Artia because it is really the should we say most advanced energy tool we know of to date. So we went back and we started with others, and this is the one all these tools, I brought my favorites along today, we use every day in our practice now. And instead of working hours a day on a project, it now takes mere seconds. And instead of writing huge intense statements and mapping out a program, it is done by intent, literally intent. So you see those little cones. These is what I have one in my purse. You can have one on your tractor. We use it every day. And other than it's pretty, it has no intake well. And this is really what everybody starts out with.
Yes.
Every animal loves it. So when Butters here is, a little bit sore because she was playing fetch all day, she will just nuzzle on that and
lay down beside it.
Or lay down beside me. And when she's done, she is done. So you need no in-tune focus. You need no huge intense statements. This is the feel-good Zoseco.
Right. So as you saw when Butters was here at the very beginning, she was very calm, very relaxed. That is the energy from these devices really making her that way, because she's a Jack Russell at the end of the day, but a very calm Jack Russell when she's around our tools, and it's really quite amazing to see. So.
The feel good Zoseco, people like to have beside their office, like on their desk in their office. Teachers take it to school for anxiety, for I can't sleep, I'm overwhelmed, I'm scared. A lot of people deal with that right now, and they bring their anxiety and their emotion into their animals. So the call we get is, my animal has separation anxiety, my animal is stressed, my animal is not eating. When we gave that animal a Zoseco, just a simple one, all of a sudden the owner is feeling better, which is, was quite remarkable. And by the owner feeling better, the animal is feeling better. The other zoseicos, there's many more. The other zoseicos, you can see, some of them have an intake well, and this one has actually an intent statement. So for someone who says, well, I'm way beyond just, wanting something what snuggles me up and makes me feel good, it is all depending on how far, and this one is a Huawei, it's quite a bit stronger, it's how far your journey has happened in energy work, how far you can let go of your need to be in control, and how far you can really connect with divine,
yeah.
and trusting that divine has
all the intent and has everything.
The best interest at heart, and helps you along your journey. And at the beginning of this crazy year, Mark and I, we were certainly talking about what is your contribution going to be in 2020
to the world.
To the world, and certainly if you become a custodian of an Artia, the Artia does not really care about your personal intent. They don't care if you want to win the lottery, and if you want to go on a trip, if you want to sell your house, if you want to have a new job. It does not care at all. Right. It has, your future is already predetermined, and it will take care of you since you are the custodian, but it does it in that own timeline. And if you can trust that it will happen, and don't need to be controlling it by telling it when and how to do certain things, you really set free. And ascension, divine, is already within you to make things happen. Our newest creation is MZeiko, which is definitely, I'm thrilled about it. And MZeiko is actually, you can see compared to the others, is very, very smooth to the touch. It doesn't have this sharp edge where you can really prick your finger here. It is very, very smooth. And it has an intake well, which comes with a plug. And it has a rod inside, and the rod is really the brain of the device. Without this brain, the MZeiko will not work. And when you look closely to it, the whole function of MZeiko is that you do not require to have any kind of energy openness, any kind of belief that energy works or doesn't work. It literally is a very, very physical device which allows the user to draw out of the body whatever you don't want.
Correct.
That's the whole purpose of an MZeiko. And it does that quite effectively by being able to work all the way through your body, all the way into your entire aura and energy field. So if I have, let's say, something I want to draw out of my body right here, then I will simply hold it on the affected area for about 5-10 seconds, and anything my body does not require or need, or I don't want it to be there, it can literally be drawn out.
So that could be a hematoma, bruising, could be an injection site, could be whatever. It
could be arthritis. It could be my German Shepherd just yesterday stepped in a little nail out in our driveway. We were doing some renovations there, and you know what? Immediately I held it on the affected area, and today you wouldn't even know it was there. Now, what I like about this particular MZeiko is that you can use it in your clinic every day, and you can give it. I can give it to Mark, I can give it to myself, I can use it on my granddaughter, I can use it on an animal, I can use it on anything and anywhere. And once you're done with your session, whatever it is you want to draw out of your body, you actually take the brain out of the device, and you take the MZeiko unit and you put it into salt for about 15 minutes.
It's a particular blend of potentized salt that comes with the unit. And once it goes in, it cleanses and draws out whatever you've drawn out of whatever subject, whatever plant, whatever two-legged, four-legged friend and cleanses the mosaico to be utilized again.
After that, you put it back in, and it is good for the next use. Now, for all you dowsers out there, you can certainly douse to find out when your mosaico needs to be detoxified, because when you look closely one more time, the air chamber around the rod and the outer device itself is what stores and keeps the, should we call it, toxicity you draw out of your body. So super effective, and it certainly was requested to us to make such device so that it can be used on a physical level to withdraw anything you don't want. When we make medicines every day, and we make anywhere from liquids to lotions and potions and powders and salves, instead of again sitting there and going through our entire pharmacy to see which essential oil or which raw ingredient or which herb, which spice, which anything we need, we can literally take an essential oil, which we started from scratch, and literally hold it onto the Artea. In this case, I work a lot with Artea. Hold it on there, and all of the knowledge Artea has is now being transferred directly into the remedy. Often with intent only, I will say I would like to make a remedy or an essential oil for butters. I will take again the vial, I would take the powder, I would take have butters in my intent, or maybe even a picture. You can put it into, if you do still have a need for an intent statement, you can put it, the intent or picture or butter's name right into the well. You, hold the remedy, and it shall be done. It's done. So there's also, we have done a lot of geopathic stress for farmers and for living complexes where people find that their environment may not be optimal. So I brought you a map along, and maybe you can have a look at it. So this is a map which took us, what was it, about 4 hours to properly map out and then potentize rods and send them to the client, and the client had to put them into the ground and to restore an optimal energy pattern, and also to take out any geopathic stress, any curry nets, any Hartmann grips, which was directly in their house, in their living space. That's quite laborsome because the animal on this property were heavily affected as well, and it took a long time, and to install the rods was, not optimal.
Right. So as you know, with geopathic stress, the point is to redirect that stray energy to an area that does no harm, and that cleans the environment so that the client and their animals live in a healthy and happy way. And that is a lot of work to do for clients, and we found a way to make it happen just a lot faster.
It was also very exhausting for us.
Yeah,
On the end of the day, we did two of them a day, and we were like kaput. So what we tried, we asked Zoseco if we could not use these Zoseco devices on our end, literally put them on the maps, and cleared out the entire affected area of the property, and then were able to tune in over and over again to change the energy pattern within the property. And what was interesting is that the owner of the property may have changed the objective going and moving forward. So at the beginning was, my horses on my property are not doing well because of various geopathic stress issues. We eliminated that by using Zoseco units at our place, and also in some cases had them sent directly to the property owner. Right. Then a few months later, the owner's objective changed. So now that balance and harmony was restored, now the owner may have said, I want to sell my property. So we could go back to Zoseco and change the intent of what we're trying to do on the property itself, so that potential buyers would be drawn to the property and would love to be there. And to be honest, they had no idea why.
Which is very cool.
Which is very cool. So I don't know what else to tell. We're thrilled about it. We love it.
It's cutting edge. It's exciting. It works well. It's intense, to say the least, and it makes Jack Russell's very calm. And you know, it's just one of those things that once you start to utilize it in your dowsing, daily dowsing, in your everyday work, whether you're working commercially for people, whether you are doing things at home and wanting to make your life and your surroundings and your world a better place, you'll see the difference almost immediately.
And you will never use anything else. We have all these fancy tools we use for many years.
We do, yeah.
And
we
know
still
what?
utilize. We still utilize.
Once in a
them.
while.
Yes.
Once in a while.
Yeah.
Not really often.
Yeah.
You know it.
Well,
we
use
don't.
them too.
How do you spell it?
But anyway, so I know I brought this little slide because nobody knows how Zoseco is spelled. It's actually from the Navi language. So here it is, our little plug. Zoseco Foundation. You can find us on Facebook.
Yep.
It's a closed group. You can ask to join us. We do a lot. We share every day almost different cases, and everybody around the world tunes in and shares their experiences. We do have a website too, zoseco.com.
Yep.
Send us a message and
if you have any questions about how to utilize the tools, how to dowse with them, we also have map dowsing pendulums that are superior and very, very effective. So if you are looking for information on how to be more effective in your daily work and how to be more effective for yourself and your world and your life, then reach out and we'll answer any questions that you have.
And one more thing, if you are looking to finally get where you always wanted to be and you have been waiting for the one thing to come along,
Wait no more.
trust me, this is it.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.